Hello student, welcome to history class by Mamta Shetty. Today we are going for the chapter 2nd India before the times of Shivaji Maharaj part 2. In the first part we have already seen the various rulers who were ruling, having the power in different part of India, right, starting from the east, that is Bengal, Pal in central India, Gujar and Pratihar in the north India, Rajput, Tamil Nadu, Chola dynasty, Karnataka, Hosal dynasty, Maharashtra, Rashtrakuta dynasty, West Maharashtra, Shilehars. After that we have gone to the invasion from the northwest. Arab had come from the Middle East. After them, the Turks, Afghans, Mughals, Central Asia, they came, established their power. After them, the Sultan of Muhammad of Ghazni. And then the Bakhtiyar Khalji, who destroyed the Nalanda, famous Nalanda University. Right, after the next point we have done, that was the Sultanate in the north. Muhammad Ghori, he had come from Gur and he came from Afghanistan and invaded India. After that he appointed his assistant, you can say, Qutub bin Aibak, who was a slave. After the death of Muhammad Ghori, he ruled India. Right, you can say that some part became the ruler of Delhi. And then the last Sultan was Ibrahim Lodi, Daulat Lodi, the governor of Punjab. He invited Babur. Right, and Babur came from the Kabul, had a fight with Ibrahim Lodi, and Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi, and in such a way the Sultanate came to an end. During this all time, Sultan Muhammad bin Taqulli of Delhi, right, he was ruling that, and this, when that politics was going on in the central, here in the south side, it was divided into two, that is Vijayanagar and Bahamani kingdom. In the Vijayanagar, we have already gone through that Krishna Devaraya was the last one who ascended the throne, and then there was a big fight between the Adil Shahi, Nizam Shahi, Qutub Shahi and Barik Shahi on one side and Vijayanagar on the other side. So automatically Vijayanagar defeated, and thus the dominance of the Vijayanagar came to an end. Now we are going for the next topic, that is Bahamni kingdom. Bahamni kingdom, you have to remember this very properly. Muhammad bin Taqullu. This, this was the person same we started first, right, during the Sultan's rule. Right, what happened? His Sardar, some of his Sardar in Deccan, they rose in rebellion. They went against this Sultan. Why? What happened for them to go against it? Let's see this. We are going to start. While Muhammad bin Taqullu was still ruling, some of his Sardar in the Deccan rose in rebellion against him. And this leader, the leader of this Sardar, that is Hasan Gangu, he defeated the Sultan of Delhi, right? And a new kingdom was formed, and that kingdom was known as Bahamani kingdom. It came to existence in 1347 CE. And Hasan Gangu, he became the first Sultan of Bahamani kingdom. Yes, he made the city of Gulbarga, now in Karnataka it is, yeah, Gulbarga, as his capital. And then after that what went on? Mahmud Gawan, he was a chief wazir, yeah, the one who was a good administrator, and he strengthened the Bahamani kingdom. What did he do? He paid the soldiers in cash instead of giving them grant. Right? He brought discipline in the army. He introduced many land reform revenue systems. He opened madrasa in Bidar for Arabic and Persian studies. After his death, what has increased? After his death, what happens? You see, the factism increased among the Bahamani Sardars. Yes, what does the factism means? Divide. Division started. And there was conflict in the Vijayanagar kingdom. This also an effect on this Bahamani kingdom, right? And the provisional governor, they also wanted an independent. They started acting independently. This all led to the breakup of Bahamani kingdom into five small power. That is Imad Shahi of Warat, Barid Shahi of Bidar, Adil Shahi of Bijapur, Nizam Shahi of Ahmednagar and Qutub Shahi of Golconda. You remember this properly. They were the greatest enemy of Shivaji Maharaj. You can remember now. So this Bahamani was divided into this all small kingdom. Now we go for the Mughal power in Delhi. The Sultanate of Delhi, what happened? It came to an end and the Mughal established that. Yes, because Babur had come to help Lodi. So Babur was the founder of the Mughals. He was the king of Fargana in Central Asia. In today's we say that is Uzbekistan. He had heard that there is lot of power, lot of money or lot of wealth in India, and he planned a invasion in India. And during the Sultan's rule, Ibrahim Lodi, Daulat Khan, the governor of Punjab, you remember this under the Sultanate? Yes, because there was a bad relation between Ibrahim Lodi and Daulat Khan Lodi, right? So what did he do? Daulat Khan Lodi, he invited Babur that you come to India. Taking this opportunity, Babur invaded India. And to repel Babur's invasion, Ibrahim Lodi started with his army, and there was a big battle at Panipat, 21st April 1526 at Panipat this battle took, and this was the first battle of Panipat. Babur became the winner because he used lot of archery, big guns and cannons and everything. Uzbekistan, he had come from Uzbekistan. And after the battle of Panipat, Rana Sangha of Mewar the Rajput king, they all came together. There was a battle between Babur and Rana Sangha in Kanau. Babur's artillery, which played a very important role in this all battle. Babur died in 1530 CE. After him, many of the kings, you can say, Mughals became the king, but Akbar was the most powerful king in that Mughal dynasty. He faced many of the, you can say, against, many people were against him. For example, Maharana Pratap, Chand Bibi and Rani Durgavati. And this we are going to see in detail in the next chapter. Thank you.